Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, please go ahead and subscribe, comment, and follow me on all of my social media platforms at KingBX. And today's topic is avoiding postgraduate depression and tips on how to get through it. So listen. Postgraduate depression. I didn't even know a thing existed until maybe my first semester senior year. I was speaking to some graduates and just hearing about their experience after graduation. And so that kind of gave me an idea of what to expect after I graduated from college, which I recently did. And hearing their stories were extremely heartbreaking. While you're in college, you look up to a lot of people and you yourself have high expectations for them. So of course there are people who have high expectations for you, and just hearing how things don't typically go as planned after you graduate just kind of made me want to avoid it as much as possible. So why do people go through postgraduate depression? I think that's based on a plethora of aspects, but a few are: some people do not have a plan after they graduate. Some people don't even know why they went to college, or what they're going to do with their degree. They have no idea where to go from there. Where do I go? Where do I apply for a job at? Where do I live at? Like all of these things run through your head, and so not having any direction in life can cause anyone to be depressed, but especially college graduates, because the expectation, especially if you are a first generation graduate, is that after you get a degree, you're supposed to be making money, and that's not really the case. And a lot of us know that now is because they cannot find a job. Applying for jobs is a job in itself. Constantly editing your resume to fit specific jobs, or just to make sure it looks presentable to where someone would want to call you back. Not knowing where to apply for a job at because you don't have the qualifications, experience. And what a lot of us graduates go through is that some of us think that just with our degree, that's enough. And most of us know now that it is not. It's hard to get a job with no experience, but it's also hard to get experience in general. You need experience to get experience. It doesn't make sense, and I wish things could be better. However, this is how it is. And so for most recent graduates, it is fairly hard to land a job, especially depending on what you graduated with. What type of degree did you get? What field are you trying to go into? That could play a huge role in finding employment. And so that's one reason why most graduates go through depression, especially like me, if you're used to always having a job and then now you can't find anything. There's no more routine. You spend the last 4 or more years in college doing fairly the same exact thing. You may wake up around the same time. You may have classes normally throughout the day, or however many times a week. You see the same people a week. You wake up to the same people a week. You go do the same things every week. Like, there's a bit of a routine that we all have while we're in college, especially if you went away to college. Once you graduate, there is no more routine. You have a ton of time on your hand. Most of us don't know what to do with that time, and so it's free space, and it can drive you insane, especially if you're used to juggling many different hats. A lot of us in college were in 5+ organizations. We hold many positions on e-boards. We're involved in a lot, and once you graduate, all of that is over with. And so now it's, what do I do? Where do I go? People get depressed with not knowing what to do after you've been used to doing so much. You build lifelong bonds with people in college. I know I can say that I have met people in college that I know for a fact are going to be my lifelong friends. The women I've met in college, they're going to be in my wedding. They're going to be aunties to my children, if not godparents. They're going to be with me until my wheels fall off. The people you meet in college, you struggle with, you eat together, you go to sleep together, you wake up together, you party together, you experience life together. And once you graduate, if you go back home or if you're moving away from where you went to college, all of that comes to an end. You don't see them every day. You may talk to them, every once a week, every 2 weeks, because now, real life things are happening. People are working 9 to 5s, or we're trying to find a job. And so there isn't enough time to stop and pick up the phone, or, you can't see them now. And so things get lonely and you miss those bonds that you've spent the last 4 or more years building. And I think all of those count as major reasons as to why recent graduates go through postgraduate depression. How to avoid postgraduate depression. For me, what I did, I prepared for it thoroughly. I'm a planner in general, but I really planned for this because there's a difference between being sad and being depressed. Sadness, you may still have positive thoughts that things will get better. Sadness, is easy to overcome. Depression will have you feeling like you cannot even get out of bed. Depression overtakes your mind. Depression overtakes your body. Depression in itself is far more serious than sadness, and I wanted to avoid that by any means necessary. So I planned. With planning, most people don't know where to start because most people don't know what they want to do afterwards. And for me, how to even begin planning, I had to know myself. I had to know what's best for Bernica, what works for Bernica, what is going to make Bernica happy, what is going to get Bernica to that ultimate career goal. That's what I had to think about. And that's when I started planning. At one point, I thought I was going to move to Philly. I thought I was going to move to Arizona. I thought I was going to get into these different programs that didn't work out for me. That was my first plan. But with planning, I always say you need a plan A through probably plan Z. Just in case things do not work out, always have a backup plan. So I planned for life after graduation. If this didn't work, I'm going to do this. If that doesn't work, I'm going to do this. If I don't know where I'm going to go, let me at least have some money, because not having any money can make things far worse than what they already are. So I saved $5,000. If I don't know what I'm going to be doing at the college, the least I can do is have money to get me to wherever it is that I end up. Having conversations with people who already graduated. What is life like for you after you graduated? How did you get to where you are after you graduated? How did you end up where you are after you graduated? What was the hardest thing for you to go through after graduation? Questions like that give you a better insight to what you have to look forward to. You may see some people who graduated who are constantly traveling, or life just looks exceptionally well. That isn't always going to be the reality for people. Everyone has a different story, everyone has a different journey. However, having conversations like that with people about their experience after graduating will give you a better insight to what you have to look for and will ultimately help you plan better for life after graduation. It's counseling. Most colleges offer counseling that people don't even know about. And 9 times out of 10, it's free because we pay tuition and counseling is included within your tuition payments. So if you can, before you do graduate, look into counseling. And I got this advice from people who had already graduated while I was still in school, to start counseling before graduating. Counseling will give you a better insight into why you came to college, what you were looking for, what you've gained, and ultimately help you figure out where you're going. Not only that, help you break down some demons that you may not even realize that you even have before you go out into a world full of demons that are coming your way. I like what I just said. Know yourself. You're not going to know exactly who you are until after you've graduated and you have all the time in the world to sit and think about who you are. You know, your thoughts will consume you, and your thoughts will have you questioning your purpose, your entire being. So knowing all of that before graduating, I think is very prevalent to one's life after graduation. Know yourself, know who you are, know what works for you, know what doesn't work for you, and know what will make you happy and what will bring you peace. How to get through postgraduate depression. Seek peace and seek happiness. If there is no peace in your life, that is an open door for chaos. That is an open door for depression. That is an open door for any aspect that is unwanted. You know, if you don't have any peace, you're asking for trouble. If you don't have any happiness, I think that's asking for trouble. Now, how do you get to those things? On yourself and what would work best for you. Now, for me, to seek peace, I have a ritual, and I think everyone should have a ritual. Once a week, every 2 weeks, a day, and completely make that day for yourself. If you don't have money to go to a spa and get a massage or get a pedicure, cool. Some things don't require money. Do whatever it is that you find calming. For me, I shower in the dark with neo soul music. It may sound weird to you, but being in the dark makes me feel at peace, okay? Do some yoga, stretch, exercise, write down your thoughts in a journal, listen to gospel music, light a candle, light some incense. Whatever it is that calms you down and makes you feel centered, do that to find peace. Therapy and a strong relationship with God. Do not be afraid to go to counseling. Do not. There is nothing wrong with having a therapist. And as a matter of fact, I think it is very bougie and upscale to say, I can't go to lunch with you today. I have an appointment with my therapist. Like, I just think that is just so benefiting. You know, you have a appointment with your doctor because, I don't know, you're not feeling well, you got a little cold. It's okay to have an appointment with your therapist because your mental is off. That's perfectly okay. Also, if you are spiritual, talk to God. Talk to God and ask God for a direction. Talk to God and ask God for your next step in life and ask him to help you get through your journey. You know, journey after graduation is, it can be something scary if you're not prepared for it. So be sure to talk to God, and if you must, go see a therapist. It's perfectly okay. Friends, keep in touch with them. Firstly, because you may not know if your friend is going through postgraduate depression or not. They may not know if you're going through postgraduate depression or not. However, picking up the phone just to say, sis, how you doing? Bro, what's up? How's your day going? How's job hunting going? You know, how's life for you? How are you getting through things? That can really make somebody's day. That can really help someone out a lot. Get a routine. Just like your ritual to find peace, find a routine that works for you. If you're used to having a routine and you don't have one anymore, find one. Start reading books. Start working out. Go take a walk. You know, start painting. Do something to keep you occupied if you must have a routine. Let go of expectations. Expectations do not work for you. Sometimes they don't work for me. But I don't live for nobody else. I live for myself. And it's very important to live for yourself and let go of what other people want you to do or feel like you should do. Do what it is that is best for you. Do what it is that brings you peace. Do what it is that brings you happiness. Do what it is that is going to get you to that ultimate goal of yours. If your ultimate goal is to be a millionaire, do what it is that's going to get you there, okay? Do what it is that is best for you and let go of expectations. I hope you all have enjoyed this video. I really hope that it is helpful to anyone out there who is thinking that they may go through postgraduate depression after they graduate, or to anyone who is going through postgraduate depression because they just graduated. I want you all to know that mental health is very, very, very serious, and I ask that you all take it very seriously. Like, comment, share this video, and subscribe, and follow me on all of my social media platforms. See you next time.
365, you the only one I cry. No, I can get enough.